and welcome to the introduction of the freshly picked stamp set and dies. This is a really cute set that allows you to create interactive little berry baskets, whether it's an apple basket, strawberry, pumpkin. You've got lots of different options. You can pull up that fruit in the back to reveal a fun little secret sentiment. So there's an apple basket. Here's the strawberry. I would pick you every time. It's just so fun and cute, and everyone just loves pulling up on that sentiment. It's a cute little surprise to add. Now, you don't have to make them interactive. You could just make them regular. But I mean, come on. Hey there, pumpkin. Forget about it. Okay, so that's the pumpkin basket. Now, here is the freshly picked stamp sets with several different sentiments that I'll show you later. Now, the die set has a lot of moving parts because it gives you that interactive option, and I'm going to show you what they all do and how they fit together. So here's your base of your basket, and then for the handles, there's two different handle options. See, the strawberry basket has that one kind of handle, and then the pumpkin has that long, I don't know what you call these kind of handles, but there's two different kinds. Now, for the pumpkin and the apple, they're both the same base die shape, but there's an extra little oval that you can add to create the pumpkin. And then there's little seeds in the freshly picked stamp set that you can stamp. And then there's an open apple die cut that you layer on top so it looks like the apple is sliced open, showing those cute little seeds. Now for stems. There's two different types of stems. There's stems for the pumpkin, and for both of these you get when the leaves are leaning to the right and the leaves are leaning to the left, so depending on how you want the leaves to lean. And then as well for the apple, again, two different types, one to the left, one to the right. And that little circular part on the die gives you a spot to add your adhesive and adhere that onto the back of your fruit. Now for the strawberry, I die cut this with some honeysuckle, and then I took this detail stamp and stamped the seeds with honeysuckle ink. So kind of a tone-on-tone look for a strawberry. And then of course there's two different strawberry stems with the stems going opposite direction. There's a cute little heart, of course, and then a fun little sign that you can add to your berry basket, like a 5-cent sign that I added to this one here. So there's the 5-cent on the stamp set, and there's several different sentiments that you can add to that interactive portion. There's also a die that cuts out 4 little tiny leaves. So if you wanted to die cut your apple stem out of some wheat cardstock or craft, you can add that green leaf to the craft stem. And then there's these banner sentiments, "You're so sweet" and "Love you" bunches. I stamped those and die cut them with that coordinating banner die that's included in the die set. There's also a tiny little "Pick Me" stamp. I don't know if you can see it, but I stamped it on that apple very faintly, but it kind of lets the recipient know, you got to pull on it. I mean, you might have to tell them, but it's on there if you want to stamp "Pick Me." Now I'm going to show you how to put this basket together. It's very easy. I've done a few, as you can see, and the more you do them, the easier it gets. Your first one, you might be a little perplexed, but I'll tell you, as you do them more and more, it's very, very easy. Okay, so I adhered that detail basket front to the solid base, and then I'm adhering these extra little, I don't know what the anatomy of basket parts are called, but these things that go around the basket to kind of hold it all together. And then there's two different handle options. Like I mentioned, I just chose this one. I put a little bit of glue on the ends. You can definitely adhere it more depending on how much you like to adhere things. I just kind of like it hanging there. And then I'm adding that little detail bit to the handle. I just die cut that out of some wheat cardstock. So there you have your front. Very cute. Simple and easy. Now, for the sake of time, I went ahead and die cut 5 little apples to add to our basket. And I just add a little bit of glue to the bottom. And here's where this is what you learn as you do this more and more. Where to put your fruit and how much it needs to stick out of the basket. It needs to go about halfway up the apple. You'll learn this as you go, how much room you have, how much fruit you can fit. I mean, you can play around with it to your heart's desire. I did, as you can see, die cut several different shades of apples just for the fun of it. And here I'm just doing 5, kind of a cluster, and that's going to be your front right there. And now there's this interactive little slider that I die cut out of some white cardstock. This is going to slip in to the interactive backer of your basket. And you can see on the sides it says glue. It's like reversed. And that's so you can know that there needs to be glue on both sides, the front and the back. Usually on the back I do foam tape because I like to pop everything up. But I'll show you the gluing part later. You slip in that little interactive tab, and you kind of got to work it in a little bit. As you just pull it up and down, it starts to slide, more effortlessly. So that's all there is to it, creating this interactive portion. And now you're going to adhere that final apple to the top of that slider. So here's how I kind of eyeball this. I just hold the basket and see how far does that apple need to stick out, and then I just press down. That's called the old redneck eyeball technique. Okay, now here's where you can add your little secret sentiment. There's several different adorable sentiments to add to the little interactive portion. I just stamped "Thanks for all you do" with black ink, and then now we're going to adhere this backer interactive part to the front, putting a little bit of glue. Make sure you stay inside the markings where it says the glue needs to go. You don't want the glue to get in the way of that interactive track. Okay, so let that dry, and then you might, like I say, have to work it in a little bit, And here's my one that I previously made with the cute little cutout apple stuck to the bottom. And then you have your strawberry. It's all the same procedure. You can just switch out the fruit and have fun with it. And I added that 5-cent sign to the back. And now for the pumpkin basket, hey there, pumpkin. Really cute options for sentiments. And like I said before, if you don't want to make it interactive, you could just make it a plain, cute fruit basket. And here's the card I created. Now I added some ink blending to these apples. Best teacher ever. So this is a perfect card for a teacher with the apples. For the sentiment, I embossed the "You're So Sweet" in white onto a black banner die cut. And here is a pumpkin basket card. For the background, I used one of the Honeycomb Quilt cover die. And then for the sentiment, I embossed that Grateful from the Autumn Hues stamp set. And there you have the freshly picked stamp set and dies introduction.